What's going on, everybody? David Mitchell here. What's up, Autism? Episode 101. And you guys probably already know it's been a crazy but pretty amazing week. So, yeah. Amazing. Oh, 1 minute with my hair. There we go. But, yeah. Me and my fiance are doing good. Which you guys already know I have the link to her YouTube channel down in the description down below if you guys want to go to her YouTube channel. But everything's been doing very well. But I do get a lot of stuff to talk about today, and one of them involved China and Hong Kong. You guys probably already been hearing it new, but it goes deeper than that. And there are parts that do involve autism. But that will be later on in the live stream. But let me get started on the first one. I got my parent in there, but yeah. But it's been crazy. Let's see what to talk about first. Ooh. Oh, 1 minute. But did over that Bob. The boycott autism speak and AV therapy on stuff that they done wrong to literally it's crazy, and their teacher on it now too to promote the boycott. What so yeah. But it's crazy on what's been going on. But yeah. But class was great for the Autism News Network. We did thumbs up in class. But it was good, and yeah, I have the link to their YouTube channel down below, but I would do them videos in for them, or video in, get that properly. But yeah, but let's get to the first article.
Fantastic. It looks like some creative anti-dollar material has just arrived. Thanks to Robert Byland for making it. Thumbs up. Boycott Autism Speaks. Web links.
Okay, let me show you what G-chart, because it's G-chart right here. Wait a minute, check it out. Oh, but real quick, I'll bring it up that week. I'll be a live stream on Friday next week because next weekend I'll probably be going up to Tennessee because of my sister's birthday. So that'll be my first time out of state in 3 years. But yeah, and look, the outlet t-shirt look like. But you know, that is brilliant. And I actually really do mean it. It's brilliant in a way. Because it's in a message saying we're not going to put up with this psychological abuse and all that. And the stuff that they done wrong to us. It is amazing. And I mean amazing. But yeah. Oops, save that from later on. But it's crazy on what's been going on. What? I really do mean it. But yeah. Crazy. And October 12th, okay, I gotta check on some stuff, but it's crazy on what's going on. But yeah, that's sort of bloody brilliant. And I really do mean it.
My protest sign for this Saturday's protest against psychoanalysis. I'm eager to call out this concerning pushing of ABBA to replace psychoanalysis in France. It reads, wanting to replace psycho with ABBA is the same as trading plague with measles. Both have their well-deserved place in a trash can, not near autistics. No psychonoaba. Yes, salaba.
That's right. A friend of mine is trying to get word out to Jan against this because of what it really is. It's bad. But yeah. And also, what I'm going to bring up with, if you guys been witnessing in the news about Hong Kong and China, it's very bad. Like, I mean, very bad in what's going on there. They're a level rooting. I support Hong Kong. Hong Kong all the way. But, yeah. And what China is doing is disgustingly wrong. But here, kicker. China, when it comes to autistic people, instead of trying to do, there's something else that, well, Norway, I will talk about it later too. But in China, instead of them with that free needle chain we were trying to stop, instead of people getting, oh god, my parents. But what I'm trying to say is that instead of, what with all that stuff that's been going on with Planned Parenthood, with with abortion, instead of them doing that to autistic people in China, there are far worse things that will happen to us. They sometimes take it from our parents, sometimes experiments on us, and sometimes they brainwash the autistics there into manipulated slaves. It kind of disturbing and messed up, and it kind of messed up. Like, literally, I find it fucked up. But it's very, very messed up because, and the only reason why I know this is because of an old friend of mine from high school who is from China. She said she will never go back, but, and I know the reason why. But because of how horrifying, to, because her brother was autistic and he not alive anymore because of what happened. And for the autistic that resist, they put them in mental asylum or concentration camps, what they call them educating camps, where I said we call them concentration camp because that's what they actually are, like literally, and it messed up. And downfall of China is coming really soon. That's all I have to say because of the stuff that they do wrong. Like literally. But yeah. And I did find it messed up. And Jane, is it that it's so disturbing what they do? There's a reason why what is going on in Hong Kong because how bad it is. And plus, if you're anti-government order, you be signing your death warrant or be put in a slave camp because they technically do that over there. They try to cover it up, but there are a lot of people who know, and it's messed up. And I support Hong Kong. Hashtag liberate Hong Kong. Hashtag freedom. But yeah, what is going on there? Exactly what happened during something that. Let me just say this. It's Czechoslovakia repeated something that happened in 1930s in Germany for the outbreak of World War II. Like, before World War II began, Germany had same thing happened to them, and they were a superpower before the outbreak of the Second World War. And they were almost that during First World War, but it was Second World War before that they was. And China is doing the exact same thing. So it gonna be a repeat, but I know it gonna happen. And this time, people think it's gonna be that going to start the Third World War. You are Jack been moving under a rock thinking of that. China really don't like Russia, and there except with China and Russia batting their head in a little bit, and so kicker is that Russia might be more on our side because it's slowly becoming a democracy. It's not a democracy yet, but it's slowly becoming one. It only a matter of time before Russia, because I've been announcing and analyzing stuff. Russia in middle of communism and democracy, right in the middle, and except from communism, is slowly but it's starting to go to democracy. It might be crazy, but it actually happening. It's slowly happening. It only takes a keen eye to tell, like a very keen eye. But yeah, and a lot of stuff have happened since 2014. So yeah, change is slowly coming, and also, so crazy is that oh, really parent, but yeah, what I'm trying to say is that there are revolution going on in China right now. It either won't break out in a civil war or a third world war. And I hate to say it, if Hong Kong fall, next break that'll be on the list is Japan and Vietnam. And one that I'm really dreading for is the Philippines because one, you gotta know my fiance Val, she is Filipino. But if Hong Kong fall, China is going to get that left power because they want to take back land that they think are. And like German, they really think people that they really think are very inferior and think are not that good are the Filipino people. With if you gotta know my fiance Filipino. The second are Vietnamese. And kicker is that it's crazy, but we're on the verge of a third world war. They really do seem to Muslim too. It's crazy, but it's almost like Jews, but with my parents. But I do have friends who are Muslim. I do have friends who are Christian, and a ton of our religion too. But same thing happening in China, like literally, like. But people who don't know, they're going to cause a third world war. It's only a matter of time. And when I spoke out about Article 13 on one of my live streams when I was still at my grandma's house, And when I'm still in process of moving at the beginning of the year, I noticed that some of the people who are supporting Article 13 are friends with the Chinese people who work for the Chinese government. I put two and two together, and I realized right there that the Chinese are behind Article 13 and they have infiltrated the EU, the European Union. They have infiltrated it and they are trying to take over Europe by that way. Not another red flag. And I mean it. Like, if you can't tell, all the signs are, and here, team, China, they like Nazis up. They like swastika and all that. They love the Third Reich with horrifying, meaning they are red flags. They are bloody red flags that I have noticed. If Obama was still in office, if we were able to have a third term, the stuff that China would be doing would never be happening because he would have put so many sanctions on them. It would not be funny for them, but it would probably give them a reason to attack the. And I know they're going to be coming up in the next election in 2020 talking about stuff that China is doing. And I realize the red flag that I noticed and I'm a little nervous about is that, oh boy, when we put sanctions on Japan for what they did, they ended up attacking that on Pearl Harbor with called it to join the Second World War. It was those sanctions we put against them that triggered them to attack. And China, if whole world realizes what they do, we're probably going to be putting a lot of sanctions against them, and it will probably evoke them into wanting to attack us. With the undeniable going to happen, and exactly, we need to go for sanctions against them and get liberate China from a Nazi type regime from the Chinese government. And not a communist party, it's more of a thing that Nazi did. And it disturbed the crap out of me. Because I noticed it because if people don't know, I'm a history buff. I like stuff that talk about history. So I could tell that we're going to be having a repeat beat, but this time it's going to be China that we're going to be probably going to war with. It's only a matter of time. And I could tell from all signs that have been happening. Before we put the sanction on Japan, we put tariffs on them. And exactly it was something that broke them. And I have a feeling if they do invade Hong Kong, that they are actually going to be probably talking about doing, more likely the world is going to be threatened to put sanctions on them and probably take it in matter. Okay, reason why this time I think it's going to happen because the whole world is dealing with Hong Kong right now. And what some of the gaming companies did, like, you got to know I'm a gamer, but what some of the gaming company did really ticked off the world. Like Blizzard. I'll bring it up. Blizzard have really pissed off Western culture, they have pissed off people who support freedom, a lot of people. And here, Chain, because it's an American company and the person who run it live here in the US. If I were government, oh shit. He would probably have to go into hiding because there would be a warrant out for his arrest. And I mean it. Because people like that are dangerous. And with what's going on in Hong Kong, with all the buckle and stuff that happening, I don't think it's right. But yeah, but 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 it craves because I know really bad stuff is gonna be happening, and it only a matter of time. Now let's get to Norway because it's something that got me very concerned. My little sister Zoe on. Yep. But if you guys know what I was talking about with the prenatal going against it, it it is that that let's just say, I'm sorry about that. Doll's doing it again. That it's just a bit messed up. But okay, I'm stuttering right now. Sorry about that, guys. But they have not had any babies with Down syndrome this year, and reason why because of that prenatal test in Norway. And a lot of the parents who are narcissistic and toxic, who want a perfect kid, who can't accept a kid who have Down syndrome or autism, get a, you know, a abortion with, you gotta know, no, I'm on the fence with that. But when it comes to people with disability, I'm dead against it because when you don't want a kid with disability, you want to get rid of them before they're even born. And with what is going on in Norway, it's unacceptable because with all that happening, because they had not had any kids born with Down syndrome this year, that a red flag of something horrifying that people who are in the autistic community are going to have to fight against. Because it's something that I've been warning about that we need to stop and need to be put into conceiva invention and a lot of other chain to stop stuff like this from happening because what Norway did to be criminalized. And the only time I think a prenatal test should be allowed is after the kid is fully developed and sane, and a few weeks before the kid is born, then the prenatal test should be done. But not before he fully developed where they can have a abortion. No, I don't think so. That's why I want it to where the parents who are narcissistic won't have that chance to stop the pregnancy to get rid of it. Because it's disgusting and horrible. Because they didn't have any pregnancy with Down syndrome, meaning once they get rid of people who have Down syndrome, they'll stop at nothing for perfection and go after people like us. And that's a horrifying scene. And what China doing and what Norway doing, that's how I feel. Like wanted to puke. But yeah. But it's crazy. Excuse me. But there is a big red flag on stuff that is going on that is a little bit, red flag. And but yeah, like because what China is doing is wrong, and and what going on in Newfoundland or not Newfoundland. I'm trying to remember, but it's just disgusting what is going on. But stuff like that didn't need to be just stopped before it go too far. But it did get under my skin and want to make me sick. That's how I feel. Like literally how I feel. Yet what that country is doing, it's just sick. Like but yeah. My little sister Zoe back home, but it's it messed up. Like stuff like that is just horrifying and it didn't need to end. But yeah. It's Finland, if I can remember. Or I forgot about the country name, my bad. But that country is it messed up with what happened in there and with what's going on in China. But yeah. But it's just crazy because if it happened in there, it only a matter of time before it come to the U.S. But it's literally disturbing. I can't believe I had a plane fart on live stream where I could completely forgot about the country. It's near Russia, near the Arctic, and it have to be. It have that right. I think it probably Poland. Not no, it's not Poland. My bad, guys. I'll probably remember it later on. Wait. It's Finland. That right. My bad, guy. It's Finland. It took me a minute to remember, but it's a little bit disturbing, and I don't sing it right. Okay, there we go. Had to remove that. But yeah, it's Finland. My mom.
Please drop martyr parents off. You don't need them. The autistic community never ever needed such individual in our sides. What are the positive outcomes you'll get from getting on your sides? People like this more willing to drive on a movement by their entitlement rather than their wish to help you. I see none. I don't need them. All they are my laughing stock of light jokes and memes, and that for a reason. They aren't important. They, however, believe to be important and needed. We don't need them. They need us. Without people like ourselves. Without our autism. These goons are nothing. They don't even exist. They are forgettable. They only shine because we are here to draw enough attention to themselves thanks to our typicality to help them be remarkable around other members of this society. Every time, they are here for their shitty awareness merchandising products. Every time we are forced to serve as guinea pigs for their crap quack medicine snake oils. Every time we serve as a front line to tell in newspapers how we defeated or overcame our autism thanks to special diets. These people are just a fucking embarrassment coming straight up from Facebook. They can tell how much aggressive we sound when they feel offended by us calling them out on their noxious behavior. These people simply don't want to learn. They want prestige among other. They are poison to the autistic community. We don't need to intoxicate out spaces with rubbish people like this. Myself, I function better and with more consistency with 15 helpful NT parents than with 1,000 shitty entitled parent flakes telling me what to do every time in order to always accommodate NT feelings first rather than ND basic comfort advocate.
You're right, because most of the parents who do this to us are mostly entitled, narcissistic. It's just horrible. Like, what we did think about it. It's up to now, because, yeah. But, yeah, it's crazy. Oh my god, that's funny, but, yeah. But, NT parents, or not NT parents, but people like that are just narcissistic. But it's just messed up. Like, literally, it's just messed up to a point where it's just sickening. Because these parents get away with their crap all the time. Oh my god. It's just fucking sick. People like that are a danger to our society. Like, literally, there's no place for people like that. All they do is to put people like that in danger. Like, literally, with their narcissistic disgust and behavior. But yeah. Like, it's this disgusting. And I did feel sick. I'll probably talk about that in next week live stream. But it did disgusting. Like, literally. Like, it's to a point where it is very bad. like literally, like people like that get away with horrible, and I mean horrible stuff, where it puts so many people in danger. But yeah, but stuff like that need to sit in and quit, because I don't think it's right. And the narcissistic parents out there are really a danger to our community. And with what is going on in Finland, and now I remember what I was trying to remember earlier when I had that brain fart. With that do happen, like, let me check. There we go. But it was horrifying because I did found out about it while I was in class talking to some of the people at the Autism Network, and they agreed with me that acceptance is better with awareness, is better than awareness. And they were one who told me what's been going on in Finland, and they agreed with me what's going on there and not right. And shockingly, I was shocked because I knew I got a point right there. But yeah.
Tomorrow, Cleotists and I will be received with others at an open day at a special school for autistics with intellectual disabilities. A place called in the French institutional world an IME, Medico-Educational Institute. I won't lie to you. It is a reaction to the first time I've visited such place, May 2018, under the same circumstances. This time I changed my plans. For me, the purpose of this visit will essentially focus on spying actions from my part, which includes trying locating seclusion rooms, if there are any, leaking or even if needed stealing documents or other document sheets telling something flippant about the institutional world or stuff involving the use of harmful therapies like GABA, which in France is easily lumped with both PECs and TACCH. No regret for doing this, at the very least I'll just tell you that I don't give a shit. To me convictions are a top priority. And that's why I need to gather precious data about this world, which as a child in a typical school environment I avoided. ID autistics are also among the most vulnerable preys of ableism, so it is important to get to know if yes or no, people form put kind or treated poorly behind doors. It will happen tomorrow around 3 p.m.
I did it from a friend of mine. Like, if you guys know my friend, he is the one who, but yeah. And that will probably happen. That probably just happened. I've not gotten any word from him yet, so I'll update you on that on that week live stream too. But yeah. But going after the people who are horrible and bringing justice to our community is what Jeff and I am doing. But yeah, I'm doing this because of stuff that I experienced when I was younger.
I hate how many NTs would eagerly describes the average autistic as innocent like a lamb by default. Why do I have an issue with this common assertion? Because it found its roots in the belief that we autistics by this reasoning are meant even destined to be eternal victims that will never take a stand to defend ourselves in a situation we get clearly abused. For these people we are harmless because we are innocent, weak children, and because of that we are believed to end up sheltered our whole lives in institutions, which has been the same regurgitated argument to justify disabled segregation and institutionalization. Because we are so vulnerable we aren't worth living among the population in general. This innocent image we get of autism couldn't be further from the truth, because there are many autistics who are still able to say no in many different ways socially appropriate or not, and because of that they get drilled to become these innocent sheeps NT people want them to be by no fails. This idea we get from autistics is not only BS, it is a wish that many NTs are holding. Many who don't want to see us with a free will want us to be innocent sheeps, in other terms, good autists. The bad autists are the troublemaker. One odd should be transformed into good ones through means like conversion therapy, aka ABA, because they display something that hurts NT status quo and entitlement, which is power. By the simple fact of saying no, the simple action to hitting back someone who is abusive to them, these people doing this are expressing through NTI's autistic power. It bothers many people who can't and refuse to accept the evident truth that autistics can speak for themselves.
That's right,
I see this a lot with ABBA defenders, dipshits, and other trashy people scolding autistics who dare to speak the contrary of what they want people to believe. These powerful autistics or bad autistics are too high functioning, because it just hurt their feeling to see someone deemed childish or weak prove the opposite in a direct or like a spit on their faces.
You got that right. If you gotta remember, back when I started, first day I started live streaming, I had somebody doing that to me on a live stream, like literally on a live stream. If you guys can remember that. And oh my god, it looked bad. But yeah, it looked crazy, and the person, I guarantee they would like that. One hoping I was, weak. But yeah, and sometimes the people who want somebody weak, they'll sometimes resort to violence when the person stands up to them. Like literally, like if you stand up to somebody, even if you're a parent, because of how they are, they'll use violence against you, either psychological or physical. If you guys don't know, my mom, you probably guys already know what happened when we were moving out of the old house. I can't say full story, but yeah. And she tried to flip it around, saying it was me who done it, saying I had a meltdown with a complete fucking bullshit lie. Because she don't know, I caught her fully on video, or not videotape, but voice recording, trying to reverse it on me, trying to make me look like I was the guilty one, trying to make herself look like the victim. Literally. And there are people out there who would do that and get away with it. And here in South Carolina, it's very easily to be able to. Like, literally. And even after that, I did not show you guys fully what happened afterwards. Like, she threatened to put me in a mental asylum or like a mental hospital permanently. And she even told me after this, because I know nobody would have believed me, she grabbed my neck with both hands, slamming me back against the wall, telling me if you don't change, you're going to be in a mental hospital. Exactly using that mental and physical abuse against me. And I know the reason why, because of her liquid tumor. She can't help it. She is technically, physically, and mentally disabled because of that. But because now I'm part of the Autism News Network, I'm going to have to talk to my counselor to have an intervention against my mom and have a lie protector on her. And my mom will probably flip out on me, but I will have people around me protecting me. But she will realize that to get it up. But I'm just waiting until the right time. I do care about my mom, but I think it's time for an intervention for her. Like literally. Because the tumor out getting her more aggressive and more violent. Like I did read to church. Liquid brain tumors only happen to females, but the tumors actually make people who are female, more aggressive, and more violent. It got him scared, but it will also kill them. With clock, it ticking. I know only a matter of time. But yeah, now what gets you to large up that my fiance will have that interesting, that is mind blowing. But yeah, it's crazy. I don't get the English one. I'm hoping they'll have the English one. Because yikes, that would not be it. But yeah,
Next up, Belberry and probably. Katrina Velarde and Morissette Amon duet. If not with my favorite Hong Kong singers Jackie Chung and Priscilla Chan. Face savoring food. Well, not bad to dream big, especially that's my natural line.
mm-hmm. Those are my fiance's favorite people when it comes to singers from Hong Kong. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to do that one next week. Uh, but yeah, something I might have to set up for next week. Week live stream probably next week live stream will probably be shorter because about and we are both get a lot of rain to next week coming up too. So well, fan will probably slow down because of that.
Mental health matters, everybody. Young and old, man and woman, well, everyone. Never neglect nor making it as a satirical joke. After all, it takes every person to engage in this very important matter.
That is so true right there. And physical, or technically not physical, but mental abuse can be one that causes horrifyingly bad. Like what people don't know, it can cause them horrifying repercussions that could be devastating. Like literally. And I really excited with my voice out there, but it's something that need to be controlled with the what's it say mental abuse. Like mental abuse or psychological abuse. Some of that it's so accepted in our society. It's a type of abuse that you can get away with, and it's just horrible, and it needs to stop.
Just because of being honest, especially this person knew this person online by asking and wanted friendship and where this person was discovered. Blocking is the answer and the solution. That means that person has a hard-boiled guilt and is not ready to accept reality, or this person really scared. Fearful face. Man up.
Not for people who really messed up. But yeah, it's crazy, but it's actually true. But yeah, but it's crazy. Oh wow, I've been almost 2 years ago. But it's a crazy change on what's been going on. But yeah, But what I've been keeping track in Hong Kong is that it kind of gets wrong. But yeah,
Friendly reminder based on what I've learned as an FB user since 2011 of May the 3rd. Your FB and other social media profiles are your online representations of who
that
you
my
really are.
fiance Val.
Remember to remain real even if y'all have screen names, but you don't lose your real self while living with that screen name. Another thing, don't show too much info like contacts and emails. Keep them private if your profile is public. If you want friends, or plenty of friends, do not over-add people you don't know like you just saw it in the suggested friends unless you know that he or she is your long-lost or should we say prodigal friend of yours in elementary or high school, then your friend you've met in an event that you've wanted to be friends with a true valid reason. If it's just for a friend-friend situation, then stop it. It's not a purpose here on FB. Never post too much selfies of your faces. Your face won't change. Even if it is in a different angle, it won't. Instead, post something sensible, like photos of places like your favorite seat in a resto, cafe or your favorite food, your gym equipment that you loved or a piece of tangible object, and describe them with genuineness. Ranting is normal, but as long as you've used generic and words that won't sound dirty can help.
Mm-hmm.
Especially those rants are somewhat helpful or relatable to others.
Mm-hmm.
Just be careful doing it. It's risky and you don't know if they can understand or what.
Is that true?
Use your profile as a means of digital contacts for your professional works. Yes, some have used the same profile for personal like myself. When posting personal stuff, make it generic. Not too personal. Yeah, makes sense now.
My fiance do got a point right there, but it don't always have to be that way. If it's too professional, it will kind of scare them off and turn them off because it will make them think that you're really thinking you're right, like literally. But I have to be 50-50 on that because I've seen people who are real genuine who do that and they get rejected a lot. But yeah, and that's something I've seen happen a lot in society. Now, be right back, guys. All right. not that funny. Mimi! Come on, girl. Oh, Mimi did the trip. Not you, Chloe. Mimi, come on. You go in the joy room. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I went to go put the new towels in the bathroom for later on, so yeah. But it's crazy, and my hair dried me did a little fizz out. But yeah, and it's getting very cold later on today, so it's about time for jacket weather anyway. So I'll be wearing a jacket when I do rail damage. And probably when it rains too, so yeah. Crazy. But it's crazy, what's been going on. Now here's something from my fiance Val again. But yeah.
Smiling face with sunglasses social time with close friends. Smiling face with sunglasses music making with choirs. Smiling face with sunglasses concerts with choirs. Smiling face with sunglasses church events. Smiling face with sunglasses choral concerts. Smiling face with sunglasses autism related activities. Smiling face with sunglasses vlogs to finish. Smiling face with sunglasses recordings. Smiling face with sunglasses organizing my future plans and connections. Everything must be accomplished before I miss y'all, my home and native land. Slightly smiling face.
That my fiance Val planning before she moved from the Philippines. If you gotta know. And if you guys don't know, me and Val, we put our wedding back to 2020. But yeah, we are hoping to do our wedding still sometime during the winter time. Because I don't want to take her for our honeymoon up to the mountains. That's something I don't want to do because I want her to see snow for the first time. Because I promise to take her to see snow. Because she have never seen snow before. And I probably won't let her throw a snowball at me. So, yeah. I'll probably let her throw a snowball at me. And we'll probably make snow angel and all that. But do a little snowball fight. But, yeah. It's something I did promise to her because she actually have never seen snow. She's been here to the US before. She's been to Canada, but shockingly enough, she have never seen snow before. Not even from a distance. It's crazy. But she have seen snow on my YouTube videos before and on my Facebook page. Well, let me go see. Because did it from almost 2 years ago, back in 2018. But it's been a long time now. Like, it's been over 2 years. Or exactly almost 2 years. Let's see if I'm able to go all the way down. But it was crazy. Like, literally. And it did blow my mind. It really do blow my mind. But, no. Or let me type it in. Yep, here it is.
Welcome back to part 2.
Caleb?
It was on episode 18 of Snow Day. Crazy. Yeah, snow have never been too deep. The last time we had snow 8 years ago, it was not that deep. That's just so crap. And but I did it right. My girlfriend do love snow. She had never seen no snow, but she wants to.
Yeah, and me and Val were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time when it happened. Like, it was barely a year. Exactly, let me remember. Yeah, barely a year before we started dating. And the kicker is that it was 3 days after 2018 started. Yeah, that crazy. 3 days after 2018 started. A week after Christmas. What the hell? It's exactly what closer to a white Christmas. Probably on record. But look right there if you guys can see. That completely crazy. I even caught one train in the snow. But that was crazy. And it's been over a year, but not 2 years yet. We still got over 2 months to 3 months to go before it'll be 2 years since that happened. But I write about a pattern every 8 years. 2002, 2010, 2018, ironically, but it's odd. But crazy. But it's probably going to be a long time for that to happen again now. If it happens this year, oh boy. Boy, that would be crazy. And I have an odd feeling we might have a pattern to serve this year. It's like 1989. Well, I was not born in 1989, but I have a feeling we might have disturbance where that might happen. I did some research and it did snow back in 2002. In 1994, it's actually snowed. It's crazy. But I did them digging. It's crazy, but it might be a pattern disturbance. But it might happen again. Not sure, but if it do, then holy crap. But yeah, it's crazy. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I hope everybody having a great weekend so far. And I hope everybody find the video educational, motivational, and all the above. And I'll talk to you guys later. Signing out, guys. Bye, guys.